Welcome to the day two of the basic concept of grammar for Duolingo English test. That is the part of speech, and today we are going to scolding about the adverb, adjective, preposition, and conjunction because we already have done about the noun, pronoun, and verb in the day one. So let's start from the adverb for today. So adverb. So what is the adverb? So adverb, the word that the word that describe about the verb that noun as adverb. For example, it gives us more information about how, when, where, and what kind of extent happens on the sentence. Okay, so adverb is the word that describe about the verb, and it gives us more information about how, when, where, what kind of extent happens on the sentence. Well, for example, I want to give you some examples of sentence in which we can easily find the adverbs. Okay, for example, for example, for example, for example, she 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 writes very fast. She writes very fast. So in this sentence, fast is the adverb because it says how she writes. So she writes fast. Okay, so fast is the adverb in this sentence. Okay, then he runs very quickly. So she runs very quickly. So quickly is the adverb for this sentence because he runs very quickly. How he runs? So he runs very quickly. So quickly is the adverb for this sentence. Well, and then I had finished my job. I had finished my job before I had finished my job before she arrived. Before she arrived. I had finished my job before she arrived. Well, so in this sentence we can find, so before, when, before she arrived, I had finished my job. So that is why before is the adverb for this sentence. Well, and the next one, for more example, I speak English very well. I speak English very well. So well is the adverb for this sentence. Get it? Right. Well is the adverb for this sentence. Now we are move forward for the adjectives. So adjectives. What is adjectives? The word that describe about noun and pronoun, that noun as the adjective. Okay, the words that describe describe that describe about that describe about noun or pronoun. Noun or pronoun. It gives more information. It gives more information about how much, how many, how much, and how many, or what kind. What kind? Well, adjective is the word that describes about noun or pronoun, and it gives more information about how much, how many, what kind in the sentence. Okay, well, let's see some example for adjectives. Okay, so for example, I like red. I like red. Okay, I like red. And then, or I love to have black tea. Okay, I love to have black tea. So black, red are the adjective. Well, again, I had washed. I have washed three movies. I had watched three movies last week. Okay, I had watched three movies in last week. So three is the adjective. Okay, simply adjective tells us about quality and quantity in the sentence. Okay, so well, for example, he liked little sugar. He liked little sugar in tea. He liked little sugar in tea. So in this sentence, little is the adjective. Okay, so you get it, right? So this way we can easily find adjectives in the sentence. Now we move forward for the preposition. So preposition. So preposition, the word which is used for join words, which is used for join words in a sentence. Okay, for example, these are the preposition. These prepositions are usually we usually used Okay, so for example, for example, in, on, at, well, by, from, since, and then while, during, okay, during, and then, so these are the preposition we usually used in the sentence, okay, or while we speak English language. So these are the preposition, okay. So I want to give you some example for preposition. For example, Ram is the first student as at class 10. Well, Ram is the first student at class 10. So Ram is the first student at class 10. So at is the preposition for the sentence, okay. So at is the preposition for the sentence. Well, and second one, I came here by a bus. Well, I came here by a bus. So by is the preposition for this sentence, okay. So simply preposition is used to connect the word or to combine or to organize a sentence, okay. It helps us create a good sentence simply. So that is why by is the preposition. Well, and next one, from today, from, or, well, I wanna start scolding basic concept of grammar. I want to start scolding basic concept of grammar. Scolding basic concept of grammar from today. Okay. So from is the preposition for this sentence. Well, get it right. So we can use like this way while we create a good sentence or while we speak English language. We simply use the preposition like this way, okay. You get it right. And now we are gonna move forward for conjunction. So conjunction, okay. Conjunction. So what is conjunction? The word which is used for connect words or phrases or clause, okay. The words which is used to connect or which is used for connect words, phrase or clause, okay. word, phrase, or clause that known as conjunction. So, for example, these are the conjunction. These are the most important conjunction for connect word, phrase, and clause. For example, if. So if, then, by, then, where, when, since, from, even, and then those, then even those, all those, or all those, okay, all those, even those, since, from, when, where, because of, because of, and because of, what, because of, then, and because of, all those, when, where, since, however, as far as well as, as far as, till, until. So these conjunctions are most important for speaking this language, for the Duolingo English test, so everywhere, for creating the good sentence. Okay, these conjunctions are most important. So for example, let's see some examples for the conjunction. Well, Pokhara is the place where I was born. Okay, so Pokhara is the place. For example, Pokhara is the place where I was born. Well, so Pokhara is the place where I was born. So I use where. So where is the conjunction to combine two sentence or combined phrase clause. Okay, so Pokhara is the place where I was born. Pokhara म जन्मेको ठाउँ पोखरा हो. पोखरा त्यो ठाउँ हो जो जहाँ म जन्मे. ओके, सो पोखरा इज द प्लेस वेयर आई वाज बोर्न. पोखरा त्यो ठाउँ हो जहाँ म जन्मेको थिएँ. ओके, वेल, so this is the use of conjunction. Let me create an account. Let me create an account while let me create an account while you downloading the application. Well, let me create an account while you downloading the application. Okay, मलाई एउटा account create गर्न देऊ जति बेला तिमी application download गर्दै गर त्यति बेला. Okay, so I use while for this sentence. Well, next one. I grab that event. I grab that event inspired having heavy rain. Well, I grab that event in spite of So in spite of having heavy rain, well, so in spite of is the conjunction which I use for to create this sentence. Well, you get it right. So these are the simple examples for use of the parts of speech create sentence for in Duolingo English test or speak the normal English. So that is why I start from the basic concept for grammar, these parts of speech. So we can use all these noun, pronoun, and then verb, adjectives, preposition, and conjunction to create a good sentence or organize a compound sentence. Okay, compound and complex sentence. So that is why I have done it all, and I thought it will be really helpful for you all guys, and so that is why we'll see in next video as well. So thank you for today.